Hello, my name is Keandria Green, and this video is not real. This is for classroom purposes only. Again, my name is Keandria Green. This is my volunteer. Can you have your name and your age, please?
Michael, 39.
Thank you, Michael. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a series of questions just to get to know you a little bit better, okay? So the first question is, what is your best childhood memory and why?
My best childhood memory. Going to my first professional, semi-professional baseball game when I was about 12 years old.
And why?
And that was my first time actually seeing like professional sports in person. I was a big baseball fan growing up, and when I got the opportunity to go to my first actual baseball game, it was really cool, and I always remember that.
So your best childhood memory when you went to your first semi-pro baseball game?
Yeah.
Because it made the game more real and exciting and entertaining for you, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Currently, who do you view as your immediate family?
My immediate family is my actual immediate family.
Okay.
My kids and my wife, and so that's what I consider my immediate family. That's my immediate, self-explanatory. My immediate family.
Okay, so you are married and you have children.
Yes.
How many children do you have?
Two.
Two. What are their ages?
1 and 9.
1 and 9. A boy and a girl, or what?
Yes, boy and a girl.
Okay, good. And how important is your family to you?
Very important. As far as why I do whatever I do from day to day, and whenever I feel like I don't have that strength that's needed to keep on going forward, I have them to kind of sit back and think about, to kind of give me that push I need.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you have a wife, 2 children, and you feel like your family is pretty much your biggest motivators in your life right now?
Yes, very much so.
Okay. And what has been your greatest accomplishment that you are most proud of?
Becoming a great father.
And describe what that looks like for you.
Just making sure that they understand that they have and really can reach out and feel and touch and hold and just console and be there every single day. So they have that disposal in their hands. So anytime they need me, anytime that I can provide, I'm always going to be there. And they're going to learn to understand that as they get older. I mean, my daughter, she's a little older. She's 9, so she understands much more. But as my son gets to grow, he's going to understand that family is going to be one of the biggest things to him. So that's why I would say definitely one of my greatest accomplishments was becoming a great father.
Okay. So you're saying your best accomplishment is you were able to become a great active father in your kids' lives, so they feel supported and they feel like they have somebody they can depend on to help them grow into healthy adults.
Yeah. So a lot of kids that I grew up with, as far as myself as well, didn't have that solid 2-parent household all the time. You know what I mean? So they're not going to have to ever experience that.
Okay.
Which means that hopefully with that understanding and that type of design, that they'll grow into great people, great kids, great young adults, and carry on into their own lives as they get older.
Okay. Well, good for you. Good for you. What are your goals for the next 3 to 5 years, or in the next 3 to 5 years?
I would say to elevate everything in my life to another level as far as family, money, finances, just becoming better overall, all around the board.
Okay.
Just whatever it is that you have pride in or you take serious about doing, just try to elevate it and get to a better position. It's not only just 3 to 5 years, but continuing on past that.
So for the next 3 to 5 years, you just plan to continue to elevate yourself and just kind of improve areas of people areas where you have identified where you need improvement or you can improve? You just plan on focusing on those areas.
Yeah, well, I would say focusing on those areas, yes, but also the areas that you feel you already are good in,
Mm-hmm.
especially those areas because
Mm-hmm.
you feel you know something or you good at something or you created something. This is the time when you can make it better
Okay.
or reach for the next. You know what I mean? Like there's never climbing to the top of the mountain and then saying I made it.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're at the top of one mountain, you're at the bottom of the next mountain.
Yeah.
Start over.
Okay.
So you got to keep going.
Okay. So you're going to continue to be resilient and just find different ways to just create new ways to do things that you love to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep it moving and just keep going and striving for the best part of it.
Okay. Great. Great. How important is faith to you?
Safe.
Faith.
Faith.
Mm-hmm.
How important is faith? I believe faith is very, very important no matter what you do in life. Because whether you're uh, working on a job or you are as a creative mind creating something, uh, or just being a regular everyday individual in society.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in all areas of life, you have to have faith because there's going to be times when you have to be tested. Can I get to this point? Can I go to that point?
Mm-hmm.
What lies ahead if I step out of the norm and do this?
Mm-hmm.
And those what ifs and unknowns can only become uh, easily conquered when you have a certain type of faith
Mm-hmm.
and belief,
Mm-hmm.
strength, encouragement that keep you going.
Mm-hmm.
And so faith with a belief in a higher power,
Mm-hmm.
you know, regardless of what that higher power is, as long as you have something that you believe in
Mm-hmm.
to that extent,
Mm-hmm.
faith will always keep you guided.
Okay. So it sounds like faith is a big value of yours. You depend heavily
Very,
on
very,
it.
very much so.
Okay, good. Okay, so what does faith look like in your life, and what religious practices do you engage in?
Faith in my life is when there were times when there were areas of no income.
Mm-hmm.
There was times when there was no job. There were times when the economy was down and everyone had to sit down and you couldn't move around and you didn't know what the next, not only the next month, the next week, the next day would bring. So
Mm-hmm.
you had to have some type of faith to understand that you were going to make it out of that and get to the other side of it,
Mm-hmm.
which right now is starting to actually kind of somewhat get back to the norm.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been a couple of years since the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
But now people are starting to have faith again.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can actually see something they can start over or something they can build on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I believe faith in my everyday life is just understanding that no matter what I do, whether it's on a job, whether it's with my family, whether it's with my hobbies and things that I do outside of work, having faith allows me to keep going and understand there's a greater reward
Mm-hmm.
on the other side of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I believe in faith coming in.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is faith is one of your cornerstones of dealing with uncertain situations that come up in life, and you kind of rely on your faith to keep a stable attitude when you're going through things where you might not know how they're going to work out. So that's one thing that you really value in your life currently. Do you and your family go to church? Or do y'all believe in going to church?
Yes. We try to go to church as much as we can. There's no one's perfect, so of course there's going to be mornings where, it just wasn't in the plan to be at church that day. But
Mm-hmm.
if we are able to and are, you know, just mind set on going, then we'll go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We like to be in church. We enjoy ourselves. We get involved with the word and, you know what I'm saying, the engagement of it. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a great atmosphere. So it allows you to understand and feel the word, feel the music. Everything is just, how it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so we really enjoy it when we do go. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, great, great. So you and your family do go to church. Okay. So how has your faith evolved since you were a kid and a younger adult? So since you were a kid to when you were like in your early 20s, 30s to now, how has your faith changed since you were a kid?
The only logical thing I can think of is gotten stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, when you're younger, depending on how young, you don't really understand what faith is. You just, as a kid, you're just going by emotion. You living life as it comes,
Mm-hmm.
and you gotta grow and you learn and you understand. But then when you get in the teenage years, when you start to understand who you are as a person,
Mm-hmm.
you start to understand whether or not you have that type of attribute in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Are you one of the type of people that fold and get discouraged quickly?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you a person that even though you didn't do it the first time, or you didn't make it the first time, or whatever, you keep going.
Mm-hmm.
You try it again.
Mm-hmm.
Because in your mind, you believe one time I'm going to get it right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically a faith being formed.
Mm-hmm.
So that when you do become an adult, it turns into a belief
Mm-hmm.
that I understand that if I feel this way and I work hard and I do it this way, I'm going to get that reward anyway.
Okay.
So faith is just a guide. It's not really anything that you need because everyone don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's something that you have to mold in yourself to believe that I'm gonna make it to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I believe with
Okay.
faith.
So it sounds like throughout the years, your faith has grown stronger, as you said, and it looks like just kind of understanding a little bit more about why you need it and why it can be beneficial for you when you're going through certain things or when you're just trying to manage living and just learning how to live and learning what life is about. Even if you don't have it, you're still going to make it one way or the other. But having faith just makes it a little bit more, how can I put this? It makes it a little bit more easier to kind of navigate the direction you want your life to go in.
Mm-hmm.
So that sounds pretty accurate to you.
Yeah, I mean that to me that's right in the ballpark what I was saying. So yeah, I understand.
Okay, cool. All right. So in your opinion, how does your church reach individuals your age right now?
I would say just based on everyday scenarios and situations. So, for example, there was a time we went to church and the topic was not giving up on God.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like going back to faith. Some people, like I said, don't have that within them to build and make stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So these people turn into adults who are easily swayed or persuaded by situations that they feel they had no control over.
Mm-hmm.
When in reality, you have all the control. Just understand that it's work that got to be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
So when the pastor was speaking on don't give up on God, that was a message for people in my age bracket to say, hey, when things are not going like you want them to, on your job, with your family, with your friends, whatever, that you have to have faith and understanding that some way you're going to make it to the other side of that, or you're going to get to that point you're trying to get to. That job you want is going to come, that wife, that husband, or whoever that you desire to be with is going to be there. Those are all things that are formed with faith. And that was a message that he displayed that really resonated with me. And I think people in my age bracket that are going through the same type of lifestyle that I live can definitely understand what that really means. So the message was given to me, but it was also packaged to be able to reach different generations. A kid, a young adult, an older, elderly person could all took that same message and applied it to themselves in a situation. So.
Okay, so you feel like your church is relatable because they're able, that's it. You feel like your church is relatable. That's how they reach your age.
Yeah.
They use real scenarios that we all go through daily, and they basically make the message relatable.
And the message always coincides and lines up with what they're trying to get us to see from a congregation standpoint, not from the pulpit. We're gonna see it a different way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the relatable messages, I believe, is how they reach the whole congregation as a whole.
Okay, great. So a couple more questions. Next question is, in what ways have you contributed to society?
So I believe that energy. I always give out good energy in the community of people that I see day to day in my workplace. And whatever it is that I do, I just give off good energy because that's just the type of person that I am. So I try to make every interaction with someone feel like they needed that today, or oh man, he made me, I was having a messed up day. He just made me feel okay. So me giving out good energy into the world is feeling like that's what I present, and feel like I'm doing a good service by it.
Okay. So you feel like you're a good steward to society by basically being intentional about positivity and just putting good things out in the world, just trying to give back, just give back good energy to people,
right,
so they have a good day.
Right.
When they encounter you. Okay, that's great. Last question is, are you satisfied with where you are in your life currently? Why or why not?
If you'd have asked me this question about 6 months ago, it would have been no. But right now, with what I've personally been through to get to where I'm at right now, was a testimony of faith. So because I had faith and I understood that something was going to happen when it was supposed to happen, and I just had to be ready for it, I feel like when that finally happened, I was in the right place where I needed to be. So as of right now, I feel like anything that I've had faith that should happen based on the work that I can put in, is happening at the right time. So right now, I can say I'm in a better place than I was at any point 6 months ago.
Okay.
So thank God for that.
Yeah, definitely. Amen to that. So overall, you are satisfied currently where you are in life. You're basically, you have a strong foundation of faith. You let faith lead you in all areas of your life, your family, your work, with your friends.
Well, I would say I am satisfied in where I'm at right now, but I'm not satisfied at where I can be. So as long as I'm here, like you said earlier, it's always room for improvement. So I'm gonna have my faith to continue to grow to get me past the point I'm at right now. But as of right now, in the physical, I am truly happy with where I'm at right now.
Okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. And we all have room for improvement. However, it's okay to still be satisfied with your accomplishments, and especially if you got into a good place where you're healthy, happy, and your family is thriving.
Absolutely.
So I would say kudos to you on all your accomplishments, and just keep on striving and continue to do a great job. And thank you for sharing your information with me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.